I'm tired of people picking on Nikola Jokic. Hey guys, Emmanuel here, and before I jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys to give me the HBO special. That is the Help a Brother Out, and you can do that by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like underneath this video. I'm not one for long intros, so let's jump into the story. Nikola Jokic is once again at the crosshairs of media hate, and it's not good. I don't like when this happens, but if you don't know what's going on, let me fill you in. Last week, Perkins insinuated that if Nikola Jokic wins MVP this year, it will have been because he's white, and that the MVP voters are racist. I know, absurd, but it goes further back than last week. You see, Nikola Jokic is on the verge of accomplishing something that is very special, something that hasn't been done since 1984 when Michael Jordan entered the league, and that is he's going to three-peat the NBA MVP. Now, there's only literally 4 players in NBA history that have ever done this. That is Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Larry Bird. Now, that is a very elite company. Michael Jordan has never done it. LeBron has never done it. And so it's very, very prestigious. And because of this fact, some in the NBA media don't want Nikola Jokic to win the MVP for a number of biases. You see, when the season first started and Jason Tatum was leading the MVP race, people don't care. When Nikola Jokic overtook him and he was leading the MVP, people didn't care. You want to know when people started caring? When it came to light that if Nikola Jokic was going to win this year, he would join Rare Air. He would do something that Michael Jordan or LeBron James has never done. That's when people started caring. Now, why? Right? Why did people change their tunes? Why did media heads all of a sudden try to create narratives? Now, part of the reason, in my opinion, why they started changing the narrative on Nikola Jokic was because Nikola Jokic isn't your typical basketball player. He doesn't look the part, right? If you were to spot Nikola Jokic out in public and you didn't know he played basketball, he would look like just a tall mechanic or a tall construction worker. Nothing really flashy about him. Doesn't have any crazy hair, no tattoos, doesn't have a huge following on social media, doesn't say anything controversial. The guy just literally puts on his hard hat and goes to work every day. Now, he happens to be very good at his job. That's why, in my opinion, a lot of people don't want him to join this league. And I hate that it's true, but a lot of NBA media don't want a white European player coming in and doing something that their hero, Michael Jordan, has never done. You see all the hate that LeBron James gets when he does something MJ never did. People, especially in the NBA media, glorify, deify Michael Jordan, right? And they don't like when his stature is threatened. They don't like it at all. Now, one of these people was Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins, as you all know, is a former NBA player. He played in the league for a number of years, and now he is with ESPN and hosts occasionally ESPN First Take with Stephen A. Smith on there. Sometimes he's not. I don't watch ESPN First Take. I prefer Undisputed myself. But he tried to create the narrative, and that's a key word, create. And what he tried to create was that Nikola Jokic is only being favored this year because of racism. He tried to come up with these bizarre BS statistics to try and substantiate his point of view, right? What he said was this. He's like, 80% of NBA voters that vote for, all the athletes in the NBA are white, and because of that, they're voting for the only white candidates that they can, right? Now, the 80% number, that's some arbitrary number that he pulled out of nowhere. That's not even true. There isn't, 80% of NBA voters aren't white. But he went on and tried to make it as if this is a thing that happens all the time and it's been going on for a long time by saying this. He said, since 1990s, the only players that have ever won the MVP trophy without being top 10 in the scoring have all been white. Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and now Nikola Jokic. Now, I'm glad there are people with brains because a lot of people called him out on this BS. Charles Barkley, but most importantly, JJ Redick. JJ Redick made his point, and he made it be known that he only cut that off at 1990 for a specific purpose. Because if he were to go further than 1990, he would realize what he's saying doesn't fit his narrative. You see, if you go further back than 1999, you'll find that Magic Johnson won like 3 MVPs without being in a top 10 score.